Tony and Tiffany Hoff, and we chose Country Joe honestly a long time ago. I've known the Miller family since I was a girl, and my dad has been a contractor with Joe Sr. since, I was a kid. So I always knew that Country Joe is who I wanted to build a home with. I just didn't know when.
We found this location and contacted Country Joe. They were a part of the process from the beginning, helping us secure the spot, helping us with all the ins and outs that come with living out in a rural area where we haven't lived before. And so they were more of a partner from the beginning than it is just a contractor. I would say in one word, it was easy. With every home purchase or home buying experience, there's peaks and valleys and different things that you go through, but the folks at Country Joe were with us step by step through everything. They made the process just very easy for Tiffany and I. Communication was great, making sure that we understood all the ins and outs of the differences of living on acreage compared to in a neighborhood. The folks at Country Joe knew their stuff from A to Z and were able to guide us through that process.
Things that are upgrades in national builds are standard here. So you just know you're gonna have these big, beautiful open windows, and it's just gonna pour in all that natural light. And living out here, you want all that light to come in. I wanna look outside and see my scenery, like I see trees and cornfields and wild animals. Like that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to have windows through the whole house, and you can see they're everywhere in the house.
Some of the things that we did add along the way, they were very good of helping paint the picture of what that change might look like. So when we added some concrete or we did some things outside, from the moment we had the idea, they were out here, they would chalk it out, they would send pictures, here's our recommendation, does that align with your vision?
The day we closed on the land, because we purchased the land first, I came out here with a big American flag, because there's a big flag pole in the front side of the property. Because again, the house sits on a ballpark. And so the day we closed on it, I brought out this huge flag, and I walk over to the flag pole, and it's high, right? And I was like, and I'm tall, and I could not reach it. So I called Mike and I said, Mike, I have a huge American flag I need you to hang. And like, he didn't even hesitate. He's like, leave it, on my way, I'll hang it up for you. Like, that's just one of those moments that you're building with someone that you can trust and get along with, right? Like, didn't hesitate to come hang an American flag for me. I think another thing that was really memorable is just coming out here with our kids, throughout the entire build. As you can see, it's a different lifestyle here. So coming from a community with a neighborhood with our children, we really had to make sure that this was going to feel like home to them. So we would cruise down that gravel road, and we would just, stop here just along the way and have fun.
At times, you could just feel that this home was just as important to them as it was to us. And they really wanted to make sure that it met our expectations, our visions, and when things, coming out into a lot like this, there's different options and things that you have to be aware of. And Country Joe was very upfront saying, hey, this is our options. We're gonna go into it with this plan. If that changes, we will let you know.
They build a quality home, and I think from all the contractors I met along the way too, because again, we came out here often, like the crews, they were all amazing, right? They're friendly, they just have family values, and it bleeds into everything they do. They truly care about each of their contractors. The lifestyle that we'll provide to our children here is key. We want them to be able to four-wheel and snowmobile and have animals, and if our youngest wants a horse, that horse can go in the backyard, right? So I think there's just things like that we can bring into this home down the road. Family values are essential, and traditions can be passed down here. So we look forward to that.